Everybody, this is Dr. Jesse Jackson III, best-selling author and facilitator of the Don't Kick 'Em Out book and training series. Welcome and thank you for joining us. And what we thought it was vitally important to do was to share what we call the stop doing list. Often my job and responsibilities when I go into organizations is to deliver very concrete solutions. I have consistently noticed a pattern over the last decade is that many organizations, schools, don't even know what the problem is. Now, they can tell you symptoms of the problem. They can tell you things that they see in the institution that they don't like, but they don't really know the full scope of the problem. So Consulting 101 or Good Medicine 101, either one, would be to absolutely know the root of the problem. We don't treat symptoms. If you treat symptoms, you're going to always just end up with medicine. See, in functional medicine attempts to get to the root of what's causing you to be ill. And so our practice has always been, and this is our advantage, and this is what other folks can't do. We are skillfully trained at digging all the way down and getting to the root of the problem. So if I can get to the root of the problem, that organization can go in a different direction forever. It's not getting a mental lollipop, such as a motivational talk or, getting pumped up. I'm not that motivational stuff, dude, is out. You need to be inspired, okay? But these organizations that I interface, a lot of times have some legitimate problems that can be fixed, and that's what the direction we need to go. So I have found it. Remember, I'm a very fundamental guy. I had a lady say to me, last week, and this is what she said. It was just so profound to me. She said, when I first heard you 3 years ago, she said, I didn't like you. I thought you were just too basic. Basic? What? She was like, nah, that was what she was like, we know that already. Now notice, all I'm giving is fundamentals. That's it. She said it's too basic. She says, no way. She said, we know that already. He's telling us things we know already. He's telling us things we've heard. Yes, but you haven't done it. So you're overlooking fundamentals and you're sitting here losing close games because you don't have the fundamentals. And that's exactly what's happening. So I thought it was just so important for us. For a lot of us, our best behavior strategies will be to stop doing certain things. Say it again. Our best building district-wide, school-wide behavior, student behavior strategies would be to stop doing certain things. Let me just give you 6 of them. You go do your work. You got to go do your work, because this right here is the whole kit and caboodle. Why should we stop doing some things? Very simple. It doesn't work. I don't understand why anybody would keep doing things that doesn't work. In my business, people get fired when they don't get results. I 1,000%, I don't stand on theory. I've done a lot. I'm well educated, well traveled. My experience level, I will put up against anybody. I have seen things guys, I'm actually doing a book completely on the experience of traveling to over 500 schools. I did not realize how much I've gleaned in the things I've saw. I have seen things that some you believe, some you would not. Okay, so I give real-time situations because I'm working with kids every day. I'm working with staff in a different part of the world every day, and it's to solve problems. It's not to give them talks. So oftentimes our trainings are therapeutic, not going clinical way. It's therapeutic because I'm seeking to pop a root. Means I got to go about that differently. I'm not in there trying to prove things statistically and things like that. There are human issues that always need to be addressed, and we find that creates our problem. Here are the 6 that will improve the stop doing list. Strategies, stop doing. Now notice the people say, give us the strategies. Last week at a truancy conference, I went around and asked the whole group, what did you come here for? And they also said, give us some strategies on what to do with this kid. And when it got to the end of the day, a lady said, she was like, what did she say? She said, I don't know how. She said, my boss sent me here to get some things to put in our school improvement plan. She said, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that, but I know I just got the answer. Right. People issues require people solutions. We're trying to come up with theory, processes that don't get followed through with, and we're not seeing work. Help them. Just help them. Number one, stop being a bad coworker. We find that schools who struggle with discipline, the adults can't get along. There's no other way to do. Guys, a lot of you don't need a school improvement plan. You need a school team improvement plan. You spend all that time, big old binder, school improvement plan. You're not doing that stuff because everything in that binder is predicated on people. People, relationships, friendships, being able to talk to a parent, being able to level with a parent that's going the wrong way, being able to level with a kid that's going the wrong way, being able to level with a coworker that is not performing. Stop being a bad coworker. Stop being a bad coworker. This is a team game, man. School's a team process. And if you're not doing your job and you're a bad teammate, there's no way around that. Number two, inconsistency. Inconsistency. We have found that in 82% of discipline issues, it is an inconsistent teacher or principal who will not follow through with, watch this, their own rules. It's you set the rule and you won't follow through. But you want the miracle worker to come give us some strategies. Okay. Stop being inconsistent. I oblige. If you're not going to follow your own rules, you're going to lose. Into that. Inconsistency, inconsistent or inconsistency, that's like the worst thing someone could say about you. It means you're a flip-flop. We don't know what you're going to do. If you don't feel it, you won't do it. You know, I could do it 3 days a week, but we work 5. Then you got number 3, poor communication. Communication's a 4-level deal. The words you use, level tone, body language, the ability to listen. Typically, we're good at 1, talking. Listening, we're not, guys, we can cut half of our referrals by asking a question and listening to the kid. These kids are starved to be heard. Look at how they act. That is negative attention-seeking behavior from a person that's neglected. Do you know what neglect looks like? I'm giving a talk to 4th graders yesterday, and the kids are, you know, I'm hitting some sensitive issues. Now, once again, I'm only giving them 15 minutes, but I'm talking to the kids the same way I'm talking to the staff. I'm talking about the real-time traumas we have. And I asked them kids, hey, man, why do some kids come to school and be sad or mean to other kids? And one little girl said something that was just so powerful. She said, well, a lot of kids are getting treated bad at home. And then she said at the end, she was like, a lot of kids at the end of the day are really, really nervous and unhappy because they got to go back home. How does a 9-year-old verbalize that? The kids know what the problem is. The children know. So I said, listen, one kid was in there being mean and bad. I said, you need a hug? No, I don't, no, leave me alone, leave me. I said, get up and go give your principal a hug. Notice, I'm a tourist at the school, so I'm not going to start giving hugs to kids. But I said, get up, I'm going to go over there and give your principal a hug. And she's like, no. But got up. Notice. No, she's just, no. That girl went over there and gave that lady the tightest hug I think I maybe ever seen. No love. You can see she's love deprived. I'm looking in her face, but she's a terror to the teachers. If I was love deprived at 9 years old, I probably would be too. After that one kid asked that principal how many hugs she gave. Because now kids start saying, I want a hug. Can I go get one? At least 30 kids went over there and hug their principal. That's what I know. It's not what I think. It's just what I know. And then the failure to confront. So this means we won't confront kids, peers, parents that are doing things wrong. I'm at a school 2 weeks ago. I didn't feel like I had a choice. I'm a visitor. I'm a tourist, guys. I go to different schools every day. But I'm a part of the faculty. Sometimes everybody knows me, sometimes they don't. But I was just so offended at this one school. I went in, I'm at the door, I'm checking in. A parent comes in, and she is just like she just rolled out of the bed. She's got on a scarf. She's got on a tank top with no support. She's got nothing going on, and her business is out everywhere in some house shoes. I just couldn't take it. And I had to say, like, ma'am, why you come out the house like that? And she was like, who are you? Nah, man, this is a place of business. This is a place of education. That's offensive to all of us here. That's not the way. We can't do things like that, ma'am. And she's like, who are you? And I said, I got a parent meeting on Friday to come back. And I'm talking about the kids. So she came. Guess she heard me. Confrontation is an attempt, is an act of love. You're wrong. And that's not going to work because it offends me. It's not good for this environment. It's a bad precedent for your kid. And I'm not afraid of the fact of your feedback. I'm just not. What I'm not going to do, nobody's going to make me uncomfortable. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to be discomforted so you can be comforted. That just doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So you don't get to, make me feel in a bad space so you can feel good, so your feelings can be preserved. I'm not living my life that way. And what I do know is that creates a high level of stress. That's a horrible relationship model. And then people end up lying to each other, and there's no relationship quality. And that's what we have going on in a lot of schools. We just lie to each other. We won't confront. We hear bad ideas. We go with them. I mean, we let kids talk to us like anything. We won't make kids walk straight in the line. We won't make kids fold their arms and do their discipline. We won't confront them. Confrontation is love. Conflict is negative. Being a conflictual person, that's negative energy. Conflict is necessary for any relationship you value. Necessary. So yesterday at one of my schools, we did what we called a confrontation count. This is where I had everybody in my group get in somebody in their mind that they needed to confront. I was going to be that person, and we were going to act it out. And I mean, if you've seen the raw emotion come out of these folks, when they were practicing confrontation. You can get better at it. You don't have to be born doing it well. I wasn't good at it. I've gotten much, much better, really good at it now because I'm comfortable with it, but I practiced it a lot. You can't work in a juvenile facility with kids that have carjacked and murdered people and you don't want to confront, but the judge said rehab them. Confrontation is just like, it's a necessity for success. And then at my confrontation camp, man, if you just seen the emotions of those teachers, they went through the high, the lows, tears. People broke down. People couldn't look you in the face. People had fears. And stuff was deep-rooted to other things. That confrontation camp, man, it made some warriors. That school, one, they're already good right now, but we're going to the next level. When people talk about next level, you got to do things that create discomfort. And learning how to confront is something we can learn to do. And at that confrontation camp, man, it was powerful. It was powerful. You can't have a lot of people in there. It's got to be a select group. You can do it in a small school under 30 if you can do it, but you have to learn how to confront. So we have to stop failing to confront because that's not an act of love, not to confront someone who's wrong. Unresolved personal issues. You remember the saying years ago, check your problems at the door? Staff's not doing that. The kids bring their personal problems in here. Parents bring theirs. And the staff brings theirs. It's not working. When the teacher has personal problems, and notice, we know the kids are broken. Or don't we? Sometimes we do. But for the sake of discussion, the kids are broken. Real personal issues. We got that. We get paid to actually help them. Broken staff? So let's put two broken people together. Broken kid, broken adult. Boom, how's that work? Exactly how it's working out now? It's not. Or we're getting marginal results. unresolved personal issues. So if I'm a principal, then now I know that I have to strategically go about it a different way to make sure that my staff understands how to manage their personal problems. I cannot overlook it anymore. That's irresponsible and does not make sense. It is irresponsible. But once again, what has been our advantage? This is what I do. I deal with people with personal problems for a living. That's my base. That's what makes it so magic, is that when a person can get personal answers. I mean, there's a particular group a couple of days ago, I lost both my parents. And a part of the presentation that I always like to use when showing traumas, I'm showing my real trauma. My parents are deceased people. I have problems. It hurts. This is not going away. It's not, oh, be professional. No, it's raw emotion. And guess what? You can look around the room and all you can see is heads now. I mean, you could just, what? They're not crying for me. It's their own hurt. And we don't teach teachers how to be well. We teach theory. Keep it in. Hold it, keep it together. We don't teach wellness. And the teacher has to be well. That's our advantage. And last but not least, stop the unchallenging trainings. Why would you continue to bring these trainings that don't challenge you to be great? If you notice, training is like lifting weights. So why do you have this little pampered punk training that somebody's going to come in there and teach these middle class passive ideas of discipline? You know, giving kids choices, waiting till they're ready to talk. Man, what the heck you talking about, man? I don't have time to be playing with you, man. What do you think these ideas? But guess what? That's comfortable. Notice, comfort. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, well, let's wait for them to get ready to talk. No, that's not how this works. Guys, poverty's only kryptonite. Never forget this. Is structure, not theory. And if you're unwilling to confront, and you're going to keep bringing trainings that do not put pressure on you, notice it's training. We're in there getting better. So the training process should invoke thought, emotions. It should tap because we are getting ready to go deal with that stuff. So, guys, when the police are trained, they go through it all. When those soldiers are trained to go into war, I'm in a military town today. Their training is brutal. It's emotional. It goes through every scenario you deal with on the battlefield. Why are the teacher trainings theory, paper, and stats? We're not getting ready for the battlefield, the classroom. We got to reclaim the classroom, and it only happens by stop doing some of these things. It's the best thing I got. I'm just offended at the fact that people keep doing these trainings. They keep trying to cheat their way around solutions. But they'll spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on things that have never worked, but you're continuing to do it. Carry on. Carry on. The results speak for themselves. I put all of my equity into our results, the fact our schools are winning, schools that shouldn't be winning. Schools that should not be winning are testing well. Schools that shouldn't be doing well have good culture, good climate. And I put my value in the hundreds of relationships I've built around the country that have stood the test of time. That means when you started with somebody 10 years ago and they're still using your service, that means the results speak for themselves. If you start every year, you keep getting called back, you continue the partnerships, that's the greatest value to me, because what that says is my clients are getting what they need. And that's what we're here to do. I'm Dr. Jackson. Hope these things help. Guys, you better share this video, because this is it. It's as important when you want to find out what to do. It is as important to find out what to stop doing. Dr. Jackson, I'm here for you. If I can help you with anything, as always, our information is below.